Impressive, Snake.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 3rd of July, 2025. Looking at Rockstar Ate My Hamster today. On the Amiga. Yes, it was released on several different platforms. The Amiga was my first introduction to this game. I never saw it on the Spectrum or the C64. I think it was on the Amstrad as well. But I had it on the Amiga. And it was always amusing to play this game. So the idea is basically that you hire these pop stars with dubious names, Donna Kebab and, yes, Bimbo Baggins and By George. So there's lots of these guys here, Wacky Jacko. You can see who they're meant to be anyway, which caused a bit of a stir back in the day. Not everybody was overly impressed by the humour in this game. Amazingly, there we are. Iggy Carrust. I mean, come on. Dorothy. Bill Collins. Phil Mitchell from EastEnders. Anyway, yeah, so the idea is you get yourself a little band together and then you try and release records or singles or discs, CDs, whatever you want to call them these days. It would have been records back then. And then you release the albums or the singles that you can make. You got to try and get all 4 of those discs up to gold, which is easier said than done. So basically, you don't want to go bankrupt. You see in the bottom left there, that's how much cash you start with. £50,000. So you need to be careful on who you select with your band. Now, each one has a different amount per week. So you've got to make sure that you're making a decent amount of money. So we'll get a couple of the cheapies and we'll see how we get on. But you certainly don't want to have 4 of them at the start unless you're going to pick a decent array that are going to be affordable. So bloody many of them. Look at them. So yeah, there's Sneezy Wonderful. We're not going to have any of them. They're quite high profile as well. So what you want to do is you want to start low and then work your way up, which is good. But once you've selected your characters, that's it for that run. You've got to make the best of it as you can. And there's lots of pitfalls along the way as well. You can accept sponsorship deals. They might not always turn out to be good ones. Also charity gigs as well. We'll go through it anyway. We should get a few of those as we go. So we will call this the Retro Revolvers. Yes, why not? So that's our band name. We're going to have secondhand gear and then we're going to practice, I think, and we'll do practice for 3 days. There we go. So we basically, yeah, this. Don't they sound amazing? What do you mean, no? They're amazing. Look at them. Look at them. Let's do a gig. Right, we'll do a pub, and we'll charge £2 a head, and we'll do a 5 nights. We'll do 5 nights. There we are. Look at our beautiful band. Live on stage. Okay, so we get out there, and ticket sales sold 200 and making £400. Yay! The crowd are booing us because we're crap, basically. But I think 200 tickets is the amount you can get in a pub anyway. So we're sort of selling out. There we go. Oh, 90 tickets. Oh dear, that went down quite drastically. Oh, we've gone back up to 200 again. There we go. So you want to do as many gigs as you can. Watch publicity stunts because they can be detrimental. There we go. Rockstar's Life of Train Spotting. So will we go there? So yeah, you run the risk of your stars dying in publicity stunts, by the way, so just be careful with those. You have no control over them at all. So right, we're going to do a 7-night run now, £5 a head. So we got 46,000 left, 47,000. So as we go through, you can see the ticket sales. We're making a grand a night. That's not too bad for going for a start. You'll notice as well, I mean, graphically, I think it's actually really quite good. Very tongue-in-cheek game anyway, which is always good stuff. And, oh yeah, Alison Nightmare thinks a psychedelic fireworks show. Of course it would, because it's going to cost 30 grand. No! So yes, you'll get demands from your stars as well. Here goes the first call of the game. Sign the Retro Revolvers for 10 grand and 5% royalties. I think no. I think something better will come along. I'm not taking that. That's a crap deal, to be fair. So, no. Now, the thing is, you need to have a record company to be able to release your records. So we'll give them some food. I think we can afford that. Let's give them some food. £100 worth of food. There we go. That's sorted. Let's go back for a gig. And we'll do clubs this time. And we'll go for a £5 door entry. There we go. 7 nights. So the whole game is basically like a simulation it's like a management game, so to speak, but nothing's taken seriously here. So now we're making £2,500 a night, which is cool. So we're doing... Oh, that's better. We've sold 500 tickets now, and the crowd are cheering us. That means we're doing better. Okay, here we go. Another 500 tickets. He wants to deliver for 40 grand. How about no? You're not wiping me out, Alison Nightmare. Piss off. They've got this thing about slitting wrists on this game. It's really, really peculiar. But there we are. So, yes, like I said, the idea is to try and get those albums platinum or gold before the end of the year. You have 12 months game time to be able to get through this and try and get all 4 of those records up to gold standard at least. It's difficult. I don't think I've ever completed this either. I don't think I even got a record up to gold when I first played this back in the day. So now we've got the dude on his own, which is fine because I'm sure he's going to be an absolute hit monster. So we're going to try out that. So graphically, it's all right, isn't it? It was a budget title, so we're not going to be talking too much about graphics because it's to be expected that it was a low budget game. So. But it does the job, you know. You got the 2 dudes at the front here. You've got your graphics of your superstars. They do actually sit in the bus as well. Then they bugger off when they go off to perform. So there's little things like that. Let's have a quick look at the UI. You've got in the bottom left is how much cash you've got. Above that, you've got, there you go, sign us for 30,000 and 15% royalties. Yes, I think we'll go with that. Above your cash is your records and where they can go with their... So we'll do... How many tracks shall we do? 4 tracks at 5,000. Sounds like a plan. Right, so this is where we get to the fun bit. We get to actually create our own titles now for the songs. Back when I was a teenager, the amount of rude names we put in. So I'm gonna keep it simple but silly. So 2 Tons of Fun is our first single. They'll always suggest names for you, but never do that because they're always rubbish. We will call this 2 Girls, 1 Up. There we go. There, that's better. So yeah, back to graphics. In the middle, you can see your pop star or pop stars. Next to that is the date that you're on, and then the sales in the bottom right-hand corner. I just love everything about this game. Just screams silliness. It's great. And so once we've recorded these tracks, then we get to release them, and then we'll do some more gigs and everything else, and try and get some cash going. On the sound front, it's a bit of a strange one. It creates these tracks on the fly. It's really quite clever the way it works, but when you're creating these tracks, it will create them actually as you're going along. There's no sort of predetermined ones that will play at any given time. It's all done through the game itself, which is quite clever. But there's music things, and then there's sort of crowd noises and things like that. But it all adds into the experience. There you go. I feel a little dizzy. Do you see what I did there? So you've got all these different sound effects and all these things, and your band does audibly get better as they go along as well, which is quite a nice feature. Like that a lot. Hanging out with Grandma. Yeah, so that's going to be a solid hit, hasn't it? So controls are really simple. You can either use your joystick or you can use your mouse. Up and down to select, and then press your fire button to make a selection. So that's all there is to that, really. Playability wise, it's one of those games that you're either really going to love it or you're really going to hate it. But it's just so silly that a lot of people really just took this game in and they've decided that it's a good... I don't even know if I've spelt that correctly. Give me a piece of peach pie. Yes. Sure, I only asked for 4 tracks. This is more than 4, isn't it? Anyway. it's a fun game, and if you've got friends around, you can all sort of chip in and with the band names and things like that. So you can make this single player game into a multiplayer game if you all take different roles, so to speak, make decisions together. It's quite a cool thing to do. So that is one way you can make this a multiplayer game. Replay value is quite high because you've got so many different combinations of pop stars and things to do. That it's just yeah, there's an endless amount of combinations that you can use. Just be careful with who you're selecting because you don't want to go bankrupt. If you go bankrupt or all your stars die, that's it, it's game over and it's back to the start and you start again. So just be careful with your money because money is very easy to lose in this game if you're not careful. We'll go with Busty Lovelies, Mud Wrestling for our video. And then we should get, in a minute, oh, here we go, we're not in the charts yet. But have a look at some of the names on there. Bazuma Rumor and the Flatulent Hipsters, ZZZ Top, Dross, White Trash, Cindy Cleavage, Give Me Back My Shirt, Startled by Midgets, I'm not sure, the Rent Shop Boys, dear God. So there you go. Let's get this one. There's a phone call coming in there. Oh, yes, you also get sponsorship deals as well. So he wants to sponsor us for $1 million. That's quite nice. What is it? No, 100,000. Sorry. No, that's $1 million. Never mind. It's all good. I know what I'm talking about, I think. It's late. Give me a break. Anyway, so we're going to send the guy out on his own now. So Buy Bull is now on the posters. We are now promoting, which is great. There we go. We sold 500 tickets. Another 500, so $5,000 a night. That's not too bad going, considering we've got one dude on his own. But it's where the charts are that really count. Are we going to be in this week's charts? Let's see. Dross. Death Squad. There we are at number 7, straight in. The Retro Revolvers with 2 tons of fun. There you go. And that's quite funny to watch. It's nice to see your songs going into the charts, and the ruder the better, but I have to be a bit careful considering we're on YouTube and all that jazz. But there you go. Anyway, this has been a Rockstar Ate My Hamster. There's not really much more I can tell you about it, other than give it a try. It's quite easy to get your hands on it. If you had it before, I want to know from you what your band names were and some of your song names. Just stick them in the comments because I don't care what happens in the comments with this game. It's going to be funny no matter what happens. So I want to hear your band names and your song names. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll be back very soon with something else for you to have a look at. And until then, you keep it retro, and as usual, well, you know, it's bye for now. Bye-bye!
Welcome, stranger, I know why you're here. You remember games from the yesteryear, games with pixels and that bleep bloop sound, but boy, they were the very best games in town. We light up the night, neon dreams in our eyes, arcade machines whispering low, pixelated worlds where we all come alive, level up high, let the good times flow. Joystick in hand, where we live in the past, high scores and laughter, we're making it last. With every coin drop, we're forging a bond, in this pixel paradise we'll always respond. Welcome to the Retro Gaming Club, where the 8-bit dreams never fade away. Gaming to the beat of our favorite tunes, let's play till the dawn, we'll never lose. Neon lights shining, we're lost in the glow, in the Retro Gaming Club. Let's go, let's go. Flashback to battles, we'll play side by side, power-ups and hearts, love in disguise. We'll race through the levels, collect all the coins, in this timeless adventure we're waiting to join. Crashing 8-bit beats, igniting the night, from pixels to dreams we'll take flight. With every button pressed, our spirits ignite, in this retro wonderland everything feels right. Welcome to the Retro Gaming Club, where the 8-bit